Here. If you're here, nowhere to tell me you're here. I know you know. You're all so... Can you believe how much you've learned over the years, technologically? Just think. Remember when copy and paste was a mystery? And now here you are chatting in an electronic internet thing. It's amazing. This is Contributor Showcase, where I get to show off all the fun things that have been sent in from 1 week of Craft Roulette. If you don't know what Craft Roulette is, open another window and go to craftroulette.live before we get started. Because you'll love it. We all love it. I don't know, maybe somebody didn't love it, but we all love it, so there's enough of us to count. So we'll get started officially as soon as the spoonophones are warmed up and ready to roll. Hello, how are you? Delio. I always say, whenever I see your... Oh, I always think Delio. And I know I've looked you up several times to remember who you really are. Because it doesn't... Hello, I actually made a portion of a live. Yay! Yeah, it's kind of a funny time. There's no one time that everybody can watch a live. So, we'll just try to move it around. I'm glad for every minute we get you guys. Every dang minute. If you know some other crafty friends, this is a good time to let them know there's some crafty goodness going on too. Hello Sandy, how are you? Thanks for visiting. Thanks. You had both of you. Yes, Deanne Walsh, that's right. You both had cards. So what, you know, and if you're going back and watching this later, you can always, it goes in order of how it is on craftroulette.live. So, oh, hey, Buell, you can always, if you want to see your card in particular, just, you can kind of go, oh, okay, I'm about 2/3 of the way down on the submission board on the website, so maybe I'm 2/3 of the way, don't know. 2/3 of the way during the show. Depends on how much I get stuck. Hi, Liz and Melissa. Hello, Christina. Christine. Those kind of names always... I have a Joanna, and it was always Joanne, Joanna, Joanne, Joan, and I get confused. It's Taylor, Tyler, too. And if I don't learn it right away, then it's a mess. But I always, so you can call me whatever you want to call me too. We used to have a little boy next door to us, and whenever I came home from work, he'd go, "Hi, Murray." So I answered to Murray too. That was a long time ago. He was very cute. He's probably, gosh, that kid would be close to 50 by now. It was a long time ago. So, okay, looks like we're getting some nice friends. Hello, Brenda. The submissions were remarkable this week. I don't know if it was just because it was floral and people like floral. You have a Joanna. It's a pretty name, isn't it? We figured it was like you could go Joe, so if she was a tomboy, which is kinda a well-dressed tomboy, and she could go Joanna. And she wanted to be feminine. So anyway, there's lots of variety in that name. Plus, it was in Joe was name for Josephine. For Josephine March, Little Women, which is one of my favorite books. Oh, the fabulous Mary. Oh, my lands. Fabulously goofy. But thank you. Rose, I'm glad you're here. You have... When was the first time you watched this, Rose? It had to be in the first 5 episodes. I'm pretty sure you were in the first 5 episodes. We've been doing this almost a year. Oh, you guys, the prizes that we have for next for the anniversary show. Yep. My Joe is married to a Joel, so we have the Joes. So your Joanna is married to a Joe. Oh, how funny. You get called Michelle a lot. Melissa Michelle. Yeah. Hi, Crafty Al. Crafty Al, did you see the gift bag she's giving away for our show? It was in the it's in our challenge group. Oh, I tell ya. And then you get somebody that goes by their middle name and it's just, who knows? Yep, we have been, right. But this is 50, number 50. Hello, Donna. Yeah, the Joes. And they live in Johnson County, which is Joco. So it's just a mess. What a bunch of stuff. I think we can start. I think we're good. I think we got folks here and we're scrolling and anyway, I'm going to tell you about the prizes. I think there may be some more coming in, but I've got a list of most of them right now. And they're really excitingly good. I don't qualify for any of them, but it's good. Let me get my spoonophones on. You know, we had a little accident with our spoonophone with the boomophone. The boomer thought it was a good toy. He's been chewing a lot lately. Anyway, you don't remember? I don't remember either, but I know it was early. Oh, well, Buell, you're kind of a... your name is that... Oh, well, we'll talk about that another time. Let's get this show started. Thank you for being here early, or at least on time. Let's get Contributor Showcase number 50 started. Thank you for coming. Hello, I'm Mary Gunn of Mary Gunn Fun, founder and head professor at Fun University, and your intrepid hostess to Craft Roulette, the spin-off show, Contributor Showcase. We have had so much fun on Craft Roulette, and we're going to tell you what Craft Roulette is in just a minute, but we have so much fun on Craft Roulette, the challenge game show, that we have a spin-off, and this is what our spin-off is. It's called Contributor Showcase, and we want to welcome you to Contributor Showcase for episode number 50, Craft Roulette. Craft Roulette, I will give you in a nutshell, but I will give we're going to watch a little video, you know, kind of like we did at school. Now let's watch the video explaining today's lesson. Craft Roulette is basically the ultimate, as Jama said, the ultimate improvisational paper crafting game show. And we spin 4 parameters. We don't know what we're going to do that night. We have guest crafters like Crafty Al, who's in the audience today, and we have fabulous guest crafters that have been joining us for almost since July, and they have added a whole lot of fun to the game. But the guest crafter and I do not know what we're going to make in the next whatever hour it takes us to make it during the show live and in person. It's a heck of a fun deal. But then we open it up to our beautiful audience, and they send in their own submissions. They only have 48 hours, so they really have to scramble to get some ideas concreted in their little darling brains and sent in to us so that we can submit them on our submission board. Bitty Pitty's here too, yay! So what is Craft Roulette? Let's let the video talk for itself. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for being live. If you're in the chat and if you're watching this replay, please let us know you're here and let's go.
What is Craft Roulette? Craft Roulette is a live paper crafts challenge show where the goal is to complete a project that has been randomly selected by the spin of a wheel. There are 4 categories we spin for: project, colors, element, and random. Each category has 24 possible options with a combined possibility of 331,776 unique projects. Whoa. We're live every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Central on Facebook.com/MaryGunFun and archived on YouTube.com/CraftRoulette. Please like and subscribe. Each week we bring on a special guest crafter to create along with us and share their unique take on the challenge. You can play too. Complete a unique project of your own using the same 4 parameters set in this episode. You'll have 48 hours to contribute by submitting pictures of your project through the submission form on craftroulette.live. Contributions are featured on marygunfun.com's weekly episode blog, and the next episode. Let's recap last week's episode and submissions.
.30 p.m. I know we have friends from all over the country and all over the world now, which is excellent fun. So I know I keep getting reminded, please, every time go, good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever it is, but I keep forgetting, so maybe someday. So good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever it is in your world right now. So Craft Roulette is not a lesson. We don't teach anything, and we don't sell anything. We're kind of unique that way. And it's all about a creative expression. So it's just turned into such a fun thing. Let's go ahead and get started. Last week we had episode number 50. We do have a special first anniversary show coming up, but last week was episode 50, and our parameters were, as you can see down at the bottom of the screen, fancy fold cards, which turned out to be a really good choice. Everybody loves those. Any 4 colors. Usually we don't give you that much leeway, but that was a lot of fun too to see what everybody decided. A floral cluster, and then somehow or other use dry embossing. Everybody has their own chance to decide in proportion how much they want to use on each one of those. There was a funny post in the Craft Roulette Facebook challenge group today about how she likes to put a little something on her card. I think it was Jackie. Put a little something on her card just to qualify for the submission and then take it off. So now we're going to play I Spy with my little eye what I'm not telling Mary. So anyway, so this was my card that I made during the show, and we had a wonderful guest host, a guest crafter, Sandy Boone, which you will see her beautiful, beautiful work here in just a minute. And I had plenty of time because she was doing Copic coloring, and that's not fast when you do it beautifully. So I had lots of time. So I made 2 cards. Let's see. There we go. But this was my fun fold was just a simple Z card. It was good. And there it is, opened up. And there was I had time to make a whole second one, which was fun. The floral cluster messed you up? Oh no. And there was my fancy fold. It had that little medallion that just opened up. Yeah, you do pick up things, Melissa. Melissa, when you do watch it and you see everybody's submissions, I agree. But it's not a lesson per se. And then I went ahead and made a 3rd card, and it's not really a fancy fold. I broke my own rules. It was more of a fancy cut. So, ended up, and there's the little diagram. I had a little diagonal thing going on there. Yeah, oh, well, I'm so happy for that. Well said, that Craft Roulette brings her joy and inspiration. And she even takes a nap so she can watch it in the middle of the night. This is our contributor map from just last week. You can see we do have fun friends from all over, and we appreciate every single one of you. Every one of you is so special to us. It just amazes me. Wave to your pin. Let's go on and see what Sandy made. This was the card. You can see that this took her a little bit of time. And we were just amazed. We were laughing. She doesn't like to color flowers. So she ended up doing flowers, though, like nobody's business. And the interesting thing about Sandy is she's an illustrator and a designer for her own company, 3 Room Studio Stamps. And so this was a little gal this little stamp set she designed herself. And double fun, she gave away 2 stamp sets during the show, which was very, very fun. If you have never been to 3 Room Studio Stamps, please look her up and support her, because we don't pay our guests. So we don't give them anything. So please do that. She's a great gal and really talented artist and does cool designs. Then she went ahead, I noticed that she had made a card for one of our other guest crafters, Karen Boyce, and so I said, well, I think this pretty much fits all the parameters for this week's show. Can I put it up? And she said, sure. So I added that, and look what she did. She added another flower. Thank you, Sandy, for joining us again. You and Travis and Mom, appreciate it. Oh, and Rico, the dog. So it turns out Sandy sent me a note and said that half of her family was watching the show. She didn't know about it. And her cousin's kids were inspired to make cards. So I had to include them. They didn't hit any of the parameters, I'm sure, and I'm sure I don't care because they were just adorable. Look how cute those are. I just had to include those. So Bria and I'm not sure. But thank you guys for joining us and being inspired by your Aunt Sandy. That's neat. Or Cousin Sandy. That's really sweet. Susan Smurf Murphy starts us off today with a beautiful floral cluster. Look at that. And she's got that pretty die-cut lace behind there. There are so many beautiful reasons to be happy. That is a good message, you know, because it doesn't even matter if it's what the day is. You're going to have ups and downs during the day, and that's just that would be a pretty card for somebody to receive and get that little message in front of their face. How many times, card senders, has this happened to you? When you send a card to someone who's not expecting a beautiful card, and they get it and they text you back, because they don't send cards, but they text you back and say, that was exactly what I needed. How many times does that happen? And I don't think it's because that day was particularly bad, but it's more because we could all use some encouragement and love in our mailboxes. So that's beautiful, Susan. I love your embossing in the background. It's great. I got to get going or I'm going to stay here forever. Carol Lee Crabb sent in a really strong 4-color card. Now, spy with your little eye what everybody likes for colors. Another thing is to see what kind of fancy fold. I'll try to mention them. That's another Z fold. And then look for how they incorporated the floral cluster and dry embossing. There is a nasty rumor going around that sometimes we forget one, and it's okay. But we do try. We do try really hard to get them all on there. You've had that experience. Yep, people just love getting cards. So Carol Lee, thank you for this pretty card, and I think you go on Team Orange. Biddy Penny sent in this really remarkable card. I've seen these made. I think I've made one for a sample just to see if it was hard or not. And but I've never made one for real. So pretty. You chose 4 beautiful colors, and it was fun to receive this in the email. I'm a big bird person, and I like spring, and I've noticed that birds are very prevalent in the stamp sets this year. So it's good for all of us that like birds. I have a bird feeder right out there, and I see a nice big fat squirrel on it. Okay, Biddy Penny, thank you so much for being a part. I think we have Biddy Penny on the schedule for one of our guest crafters, so that'll be fun. Karen sent in her first submission. Okay, so this is a fun little card. This is not a hard fancy fold at all. It's basically 2 cards. One going the normal way and one going the wrong way inside, and the inside one's just a little bit smaller. Super fun and fancy. Great way to have a window but still have plenty of room to write your note. Yes, I see you out there, Mr. Squirrel, shaking your tail at me and wiggling your whiskers. I was talking about you. Do you think he has a smartphone? Anyway, this is Karen. Thank you so much for joining us, Karen, with your first submission. That's a tricky one, and I think it takes, I remember doing challenges and putting in my little thing and going, getting nervous, but we're a friendly group, and we thank you so much for joining us with your first submission. It's very pretty. Kimberly Cronauer from California has been with us quite a few weeks now. I still think of her as one of our newbies, but she's been with us for quite a while, sent in a gorgeous card. You can see the dry embossing. You can see the beautiful flower cluster. She has it in as an element on the sentiment and in the background. Really pretty paper. This is another... I think this is still called a Z-fold card, but you can take a basic Z-fold card and do all sorts of fancy stuff with it. So a fancy fold is just another way of going, okay, I'm going down the rabbit hole of fanciness, and you can stop at any point down that rabbit hole. But it's a fun way just to make a card a little bit special and still fit in an envelope. So Kimberly, thank you for sending this great idea. I think it's beautiful. Linda Bendick from Illinois sent in this pretty card. I think this is Okay, I don't know what they're called. But the front of it is cut in half, so it's shorter, I think. And then you can see that beautiful embossing in the background. And look how she echoes that spotty thing in that little piece of paper that goes across as a band. Isn't that cool how you can kind of take an element and bring it over to another area of a card and another area of a card to make a completely cohesive, really cool look. This one you could open up too and have quite a bit of room. Another really good idea on this is Miss Linda is having that scalloped background on the focal point because it's going to be showing when you open it up. So this is a nice way to give a little more substance to your flap thing, your element, and then also so you don't see any of the coloring on the back side. Did I see a card monkey go by? I did. Hey, how you doing? Allison from Alberta sent in this beautiful card. I think you might be here too. We are talking to Allison about trying to get her on the show later this spring. The fairy set is one that Sandy designed, and I think the hibiscus too, but Sandy designed the fairy set, and that was one that she gave away. So somebody, I can't remember who got it, Heather, maybe, or Rachel. Those were our two big winners last week. I usually just give away a card and a very itty-bitty gift, but boy, we really had some fun then. But Allison is a super talented card maker, and she's got some great things on. I'm drawing a blank on the name of Allison. If you're here, you can put your YouTube on there or your Instagram, because I can't remember right off. But I card so hard with underscores or something. Anyway, Allison is a great crafter, and I'm looking forward to getting to know her better. Isn't her fairy just as cute as can be? Thank you. Jackie Muller from Whyalla, Australia went kind of quilty here. Fun technique. She's got her little dry embossing in one of the elements of the crazy quilt, which is cool. It's a easel card, I believe, and that's definitely a fancy fold. Allie is part of Sandy's design team too, Melissa. I think you're right. I know you're right. And that's how yeah, anyway, super sweet. Yep, I'm looking forward to her. Great, real fun choices of colors. Nice, you've got the nice softer colors, basically, except for that punch of orange, which Team Orange, that's me. And then we have some nice little background colors. I think that you've got a lot of fun things going on in this, and I like it. I think it's great fun. It's a crazy quilt. I love a crazy quilt because I can't sew a straight line. So a crazy quilt, I like that in paper too because I can't always cut or glue a straight line. Yeah. Thank you, Jackie, so much for joining us. Amy, this is a really simple, another great example of a simple fancy fold, but it just steps up a card. It's not a hard fancy fold. It's not, when I think of fancy folds and immediately, oh no, 43 different steps. I can't do those at all. I can barely even look at them because they are so intimidating. But I can enjoy this. And if I were to receive this, I would have fun with it. When you get it and you go, oh, look, it opens here. Oh, look, it opens here. And then you open it again. You're going, wow, that's really fun. So it's a card that your receiver can be enjoying too. I think it's just a wonderful thing. And this is just super pretty. Super pretty, Amy. I think you're here too. So kiss your brain. That's just gorgeous. You're coloring, and I think you might be on Team Orange. There's people that do not like orange at Craft Roulette. I don't know. But, so we have basically Team Orange and basically no Team Orange. But I am Team Orange because I love color. So, Amy, thank you for that. Giving me a pop of beauty. Hilda Nelshill here. Yay. Carol said in her first submission, and I should have practiced her last name. Sorry. She is from Indiana, and she used some really pretty stamps. Gorgeous floral cluster. Like how you decided to color your pretty flowers, those soft colors. It feels very springy. Now, think of seasons too. Yay, Melissa's Team Orange. Think of seasons too. how you would change this card. You could still make it into a summer card, you could make it into a fall card, or you could even make this into a Christmas card just by changing up some colors. And because it's a strong, beautiful design. So Carol, thank you so much for sending that in and being a part of our group. If you have never joined the Craft Roulette Challenge group in Facebook, we'd love to have you there. Please make sure you answer the questions. You're automatically approved at that point. Otherwise, you just get this little email from me or this little message from me. It says, hey, you got to do that or I'm going to delete you. I always feel bossy and grumpy. I don't like it. So please, if you invite somebody, please have them answer the questions. We love to know if they heard from you too, because we can, we love reading the answers and seeing where people came from. It's quite fun. Oh, the things that make me excited these days. Never would have guessed that. Life goals, reading the answers on the Facebook group. I don't know. My life has changed. Craft Roulette has changed my life. This is cute though, darling. Thank you so much, Carol, and come back again. Thank you, Stephen. Hildenelle, I thought this was just beautiful. I love it. What can I say? It's just really pretty. She did a slimline as a Z fold and a tall Z fold at the same time. So there's the rabbit. There's the rabbit hole. You stop. Do you stop at slimline? No. Do you stop at Z fold? Maybe, or maybe you go a little farther and make it even more with a diagonal extra cut. You know, it's kind of fun that way if you think about those kind of, okay, where am I going as a flow chart? Okay, rabbit hole. But this is really pretty, Hilda. Now, I think there's so much beauty in the simplicity of this, the color choices, that one bright yellow flower. It's just, man, if I were to look at the Hallmark thing, this would get my eye. I really would stop and go, wow, that's a pretty card. So thank you, Hilda. Now you have been a great contributor to Craft Roulette over the months. Melissa Miller from California sent in this beautiful card, didn't you, Melissa? This was her first submission, and I don't think it's her first card though. Actually, I'm pretty darn sure it's not. It's a Z fold, another example of how simple you can take a simple card, flip it over just a little bit here or there, do a little maneuvering of the folds, and have something kind of special. Beautiful Copic coloring here. She did the dry embossing to the pink cardstock, and that's a great way to. Boy, there's just so many, even within the parameters, you could have parameters. And this is just really pretty. And then it looks like she's got the bokeh technique on the background there. So it's really a very soft, beautiful card. I can think of several people that would just love it. Melissa, you are here. Tell me, please, do you have a little bit of gray around the flowers? I think you do. But I think you've got a real soft gray around to pop them up a little bit. Very nice, very nice. Thank you so much for joining us with your first submission. Boy, I hope it's not your last. We just love having you. We just love seeing pretty things, don't we? Sherry's here, yay! Vicky from United Kingdom, she was our first United Kingdom submitter, and this is like Hildenelle had made with the tall slimline and the Z fold and the diagonal thing going on there. I don't know what it's called. Gosh, I looked at everything before and was trying to make a list of all the fancy folds that you guys sent in, and I'm easily confused. And there is that squirrel over there that hangs on my bird feeder. So if, squirrel, and so I didn't get my list made. I forgot it. It's over there. Anyway, this is really cute. Darling, cute, happy, and I don't think that Hildenelle and Vicky saw each other's cards before the show, sometimes people put them in the group early, but I don't know if you guys did or not, but what a cute card. I love it. The stripes on the back and the front, and then the polka dots in the middle. Little things. Love it. Thank you, Vicky. There's Deanne Walsh. I know she's in the group, and she is under Daily 01. This is her card, and she is from Florida. It is a MFT tea stamp, and she did some beautiful Copic coloring. Look at the little sunshine on the little girl's cheeks. By the way, tomorrow at 4 o'clock Central Time on this channel, we will be having our third Cut the Crap and Create visual podcast with a watercolor artist who makes little people like that. She paints little people with kind of that look. So join us at 4 o'clock Central Time. Her name is Carrie Woodhouse, and she goes under the mantle of Artily. She's just delightful, I think, and her little darling accent is just I'm gonna be so excited just to talk to her for an hour or two. But she's gonna be painting while I do, I'm not sure what, and so make a note, and you can go down and get a reminder. I think it's in our group, on this page. But super cute. I love the little darling touches of embossing on the strips. Hello, it's just sweet. And who can go wrong with a basket full of sunflowers after all? Very, very cute. Deanne, we are glad you are here. Thank you so much for sending this in. Stacy from Montana sent in this shockingly pretty card. Don't you love those colors together, or is it just me? I just love those bright blues like that. Oh, I made a card out of those colors last night, but I don't know where it is. Oh well, it's in my Fun University Facebook group though, so if you aren't in the Fun University Facebook group, you don't really learn anything there, but we occasionally do put a card in there that you don't see otherwise. But I did use those colors. I wonder if you were an inspiration, Stacy. You might have been. I think it's gorgeous, and such a fun little extra touch there with that arrow point. Small things. It's just the small things. And so you have a basic, I don't know what those are called. Can somebody help me? Fun flap design. Is that good, Bitty Penny? It's just like a flap, though. A flap card with a belt. I don't know. Maybe I should go through and just name them all, but I wouldn't remember. But Stacy, I love it, and thank you for exciting my eyeballs with those colors. Love those colors. Patty Back. What can we say about Patty Back? She started submitting cards on the 5th, on our 5th show. And she has done it consistently every week for 45 weeks. So we all know her because she's also our big cheerleader in our chat. And she also is very active on Fun University's campus, but also in our Craft Roulette groups. So she decided she couldn't decide which one she liked better. She sent in both. We only allow one submission per person because, as you can see, we had a lot. So if you do want to send in 2 or more images, you can always double them up on a collage thing. But super pretty card. I'm not sure what this fold is called either, but it is fun, and it's spelled F-U-N-N. So we very, very pretty cards. Butterflies are real hip right now too. If you don't have any kind of butterfly thing, you're gonna want it. Yeah, kiss your brain. That's what you can say to her, Ellen. That's about the only thing to say at this point. Just kiss your brain. Thank you so much. Okay, Lisa Stanley, this is gorgeous. She used her paper really, really wisely to support her little project. She's got some dry embossing that you can see in the background on the cardstock. Look how cool that folds out. And I'm going to figure that one out. I was trying really hard to figure out what this one's, I don't know what it's called either. But we could name our own, couldn't we? We name things. I think, yeah. We'll start doing that. We'll just start naming our own cards. I don't know. But I think this is cool. It's kind of like, it'd be fun to open up and close. I'm easily amused. But it does look, it's like an altered gatefold though, Melissa. So does that have an extra name? Gatefold variation 4? I don't know. It's pretty. I like it. And Lisa, we appreciate you being a part of our group. And she often sends in cards too. So I can't say that enough about how, I start to think of you people as as buddies. You're just all becoming buddies to me. And oh, that's a good idea. It could be a wedding invitation. That would be really cool. And so when you send in cards every week and I start to see your style and you make me little notes and things, I'm going to, this is just a nice group and I really appreciate you. So anyway, Lisa, thank you. Amanda from Northwest Territories, I think Santa is her neighbor, sent in one that's similar to Lisa's. It has the same similar look at the end, but it doesn't have the same similar folds at all. So, as the one before. Watch. See, it's got the diagonal thing going on there. You like the gatefold variation 4. Anyway, it's a completely different cut though, and she gets the same kind of look. So that's another thing. Fan folds aren't one size fit all. You can, and that's true with techniques too. There's easy techniques, and then there's people that some things that get very hard and complicated. But this is really pretty, Amanda. I liked the dry embossed flowers. I think they're very sharp looking, and you cut them out. Boy, I was watching, remember watching Sandy? If you haven't seen Sandy's episode, number 50, go to craftroulette.live and you'll be able to see it, or on this YouTube channel. But she was doing some fancy cutting. Oh, she cuts right on the line. I cut outside the line and always teach that, but she cuts right on the line. And then she took a black pen and did the outside. I mean, it was intense. It was good. She gets good results though. Very pretty card. Thank you so much, Amanda, for joining us. You're kind of one of our newbies, so appreciate ya. Heather stopped in early, but she had to go back to work. Darn. She had this. She was one of our winners last week, so she won a stamp set from Sandy. Oh, and I do have our prize list right here. I'm going to get to that here in just a little bit. But Heather from New York sent in this pretty card. She has some real retro feels about her on some of the paper that she's used in past in submissions and things. But that bluish green and that peachy color together feel kind of retro to me, and I like it. Yep, I can cut, I don't know if they're straight or not, honestly. Just, it doesn't have to be perfect. Perfection is a killer of creativity. It truly is. Be perfectly imperfect, I'm pretty darn sure. Because anyway, I'm not going to go there. Tomorrow, however, Cut the Crap and Create is all about talking about creativity. So that's the place for that conversation. Heather, we thank you for being a part of our group, and hope you get to see this later, because we like your card. Very clever. I know Alessa's here, and at least she was here earlier. She's from Florida. Look how pretty her floral cluster is, and she's got a little bird in her paper back there. I believe that's where it's from, and that's that's a really neat little thing to have that little bird end up on your paper like that. Never would have thought of it. Truly like it. Like your little sentiment that runs across there. It tells you to look there. Of course, I'm a sucker for a brick wall, so I got a great big brick wall up the stairs, and that was like one of the first things when I saw this house. I went, "Oh, I love that brick wall." So, you had me at the brick wall. Very, very pretty. I love their color choices and very springy feeling. Just nicely put together. It's a good thing. So thank you again for joining us. I appreciate you being here. Oh, that was your embossing, wasn't it? Ooh, that's extra double cool. Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis. She is one of our guest crafters. I forgot to put that in your notes. I'm sorry. She is one of our guest crafters. She's also donating something really, really nice to the anniversary show. Let me tell you about this, because the anniversary show, we will be drawing for the prizes based on the submissions that are put in during episode 51, which is this Friday. This Friday is, I think, the 5th of March. And that is when, so the submissions that are put in this weekend, 6th and 7th, will determine if you are eligible for one of the prizes that our beautiful, wonderful, Kiss Your Brains guest crafters are going to donate. I will tell you right now, they're very darn exciting, including Miss Ellen Jarvis is donating, only U.S. only, please, on all of these, pretty much, unless donate unless we say something. But just because shipping is so horrible. But within the U.S., our submissions will be. What am I trying to say? I'm trying to say too much. But Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis is donating a little. You really want to know? She is donating a little die cut machine from Stampin' Up. So I hear they're just the bomb diggity, and it sits on your desk, and it's not very big, and it will be a great, great, great tool for somebody who wins it. But you have to submit this Friday, this weekend, not this show, but the next show, to be eligible. And just keep that in mind. We're really excited that of people's. They're being very generous, but that's going to be a cool prize. So, Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis, kiss it, throw her some kisses, give her some love. That is the nicest thing. And a beautiful card. I love it. Thank you. Appreciate you a lot. Rose Duberstein from Arizona, longtime contributor and submitter to Craft Roulette, also sent in a beautiful Z card with a really pretty butterfly. It looks like he went a little fast and got hit by a bunch of flowers, but he's not complaining. Gorgeous butterfly. I think that's a new Close to My Heart stamp, if I recall. And you've got some embossing there with some more butterflies, which is a cool little touch. And really pretty, beautiful, springy colors. Blue, tangerine, peach, and green all put together. It was fun having four colors, wasn't it? Yep, it is a great prize. It's Melissa. It's a cute little machine. It sits on her desk all the time. Cool. So, yay, good choice, Ellen. Really pretty card, Rose. Thank you so much. Liz, okay, here's another orientation card fold for Fancy Fold. It's kind of like a matchbook one without being connected at the bottom. Super cute colors. I love bright colors. There's that blue, catches me every time. I don't know a color that doesn't look pretty with that blue. There probably is one, but I don't know it. And I know orange is one that looks good with it. Team Orange. But Liz, thank you so much. This is your first submission. And it was fun. Sometimes we get first submissions in the Craft Roulette Challenge group, Facebook group, and then we go, oh no, go over to the craftroulette.live website and put it in there. So I know there's so many, go here, go there, go here, go there. It gets confusing, but just throw it out there somewhere. We'll tell you what to do with it. Eventually we'll get you to the right place. But very, very pretty, Liz. Thank you for joining us with your first submission. Really appreciate it, and hope you come back. Larissa Woolley from Michigan sent in her Z card, and so she's got a great big focal point there that says, hello, look at me, and I've got a pretty blue flower on my face. Very pretty card. Love your color choices. Inside you have Z-fold flowers on the front, and inside are stamped. So we just love stamping, don't we? Stamping makes artists of us all, is what I have said for many, many years. And I just love that we can express ourselves and go make something and look at it and go, I made that, and be very proud and happy. I think this is a great card, and I hope you had that moment, Larissa, where you went, I made that. I'm happy, because that's what we like to do at Craft Roulette, is to know that you're having those moments, you guys. But thank you so much for joining us. I love a good Z card, and I like that diagonal orientation of your sentiment, or your focal point too. I never thought of that. Sue Brook did a double Z, I think is what it's called. Not hard at all. Really a lot of punch for your work there, because it's not hard to do, but you did a beautiful job. She always sends in really classic, clean cards. Love all the white space, which Sandy talked about. Not everybody likes white space on a card. I do, but not everybody does. Some people just like color all over. That last card, lots and lots of color all over. It's still fine. It's a personal taste. I like it too, but this is also fine. Lots of white space. And that's why I like Craft Roulette, because we're seeing all sorts of styles, and we all find something we like about each style. But this color, those color combination is really bright and pops off your white there. Anyway, so yeah, I think you do a beautiful job, and I'm really glad that you join us as often as you do. You hit all the parameters as far as I can tell. I'm not gonna look too closely. I don't want to be. Anyway, we do have craft roulette police. I am not the one. We not mean at all. Big old teddy bear. Jennifer McQuinn is pretty new to us. She's from Iowa, and she sent in this really pretty card. It's for her daughter's 23rd birthday. Real pretty. I like how you did the offsetting stamping on the stamps there. That and that's another thing is coloring. Some people hate to color, some people love to color, and so that's another way to use your stamps to get them to not have to color. And that's some stamps are made that way, some aren't. Pretty paper in the background. Nice tall card. I'm thinking that little panel opens up, and that's going to be your fun fold. And so it's on a big slimline base, but has a fun fold mini card on top. That's pretty fun too. Super fun way to make it a little special. Just makes it a little special. Thank you so much. Rachel from Indiana won the other stamp set from Sandy, and I don't remember which one she got, but it looks like stained glass, her flowers, don't you think? Which last week we had a stained glass bow, which was great fun, and so she's got a gatefold with a belly band. I do know that much. Look at her pretty dry embossing around the circle, the cutout. She's got a lot going on there. I don't know if you saw something and inspired you to do that, or you just came up with that one on your own, but that one is very unique with the squares and the circles and the belly band and the embossing and the coloring, and woo, you got a lot going on there. Lots of thoughts if you wanted to break it down. But overall, very pretty. So, on some cards you can look at the overall, yeah, that's really pretty. And then sometimes you start digging down into it and go, ooh, look at that little detail, and look at that little detail. And then you start seeing more and more prettiness about it and why it all works together. But it's fun. They're little masterpieces, every last one of them. Yep, I like that graphic background too. It's cute. Thank you, Rachel. Kathy from Wisconsin. I've been saying that, checking her weather all since fall when she was sending in cards, and she would take her picture on the deck. She's moved inside. It must be bad in Wisconsin. But anyway, pretty colors. She's got melon mambo, yellow, green, black. We always give you the neutrals that you can always throw in there: grays, browns, tans, blacks, whites, because you got to have those things. So we don't count that as part of our color parameter, but so pretty. Bring on the spring, as far as I can tell. That's just I like your color combinations. They're bright and happy, and then you open it up and you've got a little bit of, I like that little butterfly on that sprig of green. That's real pretty too. And I think that is a Z fold. Hard to see as of the black cardstock, but I think that's a Z fold because I can see it folded out. Cool. I'm not going to look too closely. I don't want to see what are we hiding from Mary? Wendy J, I thought this was so fun because I've been getting all these floral clusters, beautiful floral clusters all weekend, and then all of a sudden I got an elephant. And he's got his little daisies and his little friend, the butterfly, and that's a gatefold, but it's offset. So if you don't like measuring gatefold cards, you can do this. You can make it be offset and then just fold it over to match, and you're good to go. If you like to eyeball instead of measure, this is a great design for you. Not saying that you don't like to measure, Wendy, you might. But Wendy sometimes creates with her dad, and they send in cards together, which is super fun. Super darling card. Just cute. Just darn cute. I love it. Thank you, Wendy. And Fred, come back. Anna sent in her first submission from Colorado. Bright and pretty and happy and very alive. So fun. It reminds me of a college colors that were in the town that I grew up in. But so pretty. Look at that intensely nice embossing in the background. That's pretty. And she also embossed her envelope. So that's a whole nother level of commitment that I don't even think about. and she has it matching her little flowers. You're lucky if you get like an envelope. I buy the cheap envelopes. I never decorate them. I just want them done. That's like at the point that I just go, oh, I got it. I got it. I've already invested in the card and I've invested in my note and I felt it. If I don't, we even have this thing that I will leave it out. My husband will finish it and he'll stamp it and add the address, and that's how it works. Because I get to that point and just go, I'm done. I'm done. So anyway, Anna, this is gorgeous. We're glad to have you here, and maybe I will learn a few things from you and be inspired to up my envelope game. You think? I don't know. I don't know. That's a tall, tall wall to cross. Thank you. We're glad you joined us. Linda Norma from Texas joined us with a pretty orange, Team Orange card, and orange by choice. I think that is just a wonderful thing. And she's got can't remember the name of this thing. I don't know. W card and W card? I don't know. But look at the pretty embossing. It's like a focal point on the front of that card, and then she's got the pretty little sentiment. You open it up and you see quite a bit of surprise, and wow, I know this is definitely Team Orange. Very, very pretty. That is when I just used that stamp set last night, Linda, and my card was nothing like this, which is really fun. Oh, Melanie likes to recycle paper bags, envelopes with a punch board. That's cool. Yeah, Melissa, Team Orange. But Linda, we thank you so much for sending in this pretty card that really features your dry embossing, the random element, which I often forget. The fourth one. It's just a hard thing. My lands, Boo Elle, what are you doing, girl? Look at this, would you? Oh, my goodness. Throw Boo Elle some love here. She's one of our Swedish girls, and those girls watch us at 1:30 in the morning. Or no orange on this card though, is there? Super intensely pretty. You've got the little, those are the little socks that are the sleeves to this little jumper, isn't it? How about that? That's a whole nother level of amazing. But super darling. I think is the little I know it's just boo Elle. Is the little jumper paper. That's what I need to know. You died when you saw this, I know. Boo Elle, is the jumper paper also, or is that a real cloth? I think it's paper. That's the card, and then you've got the little socks. Yeah, and then you've got the little socks, and then you've got the opening inside. You are amazing. So, but we get, I don't know if she could make a simple card. No, you have made simple cards and sent them in, and they're gorgeous too. But this one just, yeah, actually look at it just for a second here. Give it just a minute. It's just amazing. Yep, Christine, your baby body is nice as usual. So is that did you make up this pattern too? That would be another good question. Well, you deserve it. That you put a lot into that. Look how cute that. I mean, there's nothing I don't want to say about. I mean, overlook on this, because look at the sentiment or the focal point with all those cutout flowers, and that cute little bunny. He's holding some flowers. She's got all sorts of things going on there. Did you have a vision for this? I mean, you know what? I may need you and Christina on Cut the Crap sometime, because you guys are crazy inventive. So, everything but the socks. Okay, everything but the socks is paper. Well, I really appreciate you putting in that extra effort. I think everybody appreciates that too. So thank you so much. What a submission. Okay. However, Laura sends in from the United Kingdom, sent in this more simple card, but it is wonderful. I don't mean to, just because they're you don't have to not send something in because it's not complicated, off the wall, crazy beautiful. We make a lot of cards, most of us, I think, and we need more simple cards too for ideas. I make a lot of cards, and none of them are anywhere to the degree that Boo Elle does and Christine. But So I don't, I'm so paranoid to be mean to anybody, but I think this is gorgeous. I do. It's a gatefold lock card, which is thank you for telling me what kind it was too. And I can't remember. I saw somebody make these lately. I think they have like a sandwich, and you slide that panel down. And so basically, you've got this is the focal point, and then you've got another piece on the back, and you've got something down the middle. So then you slide it. I'm not going to be able to show you too well, but you slide it down the gatefold. That's got the glue on it. So then you lock it by sliding it down like that, except on both sides. And it's kind of a cool little trick. But it's a new thing, I think. At least it's new to me. And so fun. Thank you so much, Laura, for sending that in and giving us something to think about. Another fun fold. I don't think that we had another one of those. It's very pretty. Thank you. I love the flower pot. Watering can. Vicki Tillett from North Carolina sent in a gorgeous card. Very spring feeling. Oh, don't you just love it? I think she's got like a Z fold and then back folded, and then put in a flap on the back fold. And she really lets the paper do the work on this one, which is very smart. It says, "Happy birthday, sweet thing" inside. She did the envelope too. I'm getting some envelope shame here. But that's really pretty from North Carolina. Strawberries. Ready for spring. I just am. So definitely going to search YouTube for a tutorial for the fun fold style. Who did I see doing it? Unless I'll have to find one for you. I know I saw somebody doing it. I'll find it. Anyway, it's cute. Maybe I'll do it. Susan from Maryland sent in this pretty card. How fun is that with the white outline of the floral cluster? That's a whole nother look that I love cards. They're so diverse. I just love it. Such a pretty card, Susan. Thank you from Maryland. She used her Silhouette Cameo, some pattern paper, some Distress Oxide inks, her favorite. Dry embossed the belly band. See how she snuck that little guy in there. Light, pretty, happy, airy, lovely, with a pop of color, more intense color in the background with that plaid paper. Plaid is not going away, I hope, ever. I love it so much. And I like a detail on this that I think is really good. It's just that sponging around the edge. Did you notice that on that white? So it isn't so stark, but it softens the overall feel of the card. Cool. Thank you, Susan. Ava did one of hers, pretty, and she had this one on our group this morning, I think. So it's a double Z fold card. Totally love it. Your pretty butterfly. I think you may have. Yep, she spritzed it with water to get that watercolor look. She stamped her paper or her butterfly, and then she spritzed it with a little bit of water, and I bet it was with Distress Oxide inks, and so they run together a little bit, and you get this really cool, like you took this little tiny eyebrow or eyelash paintbrush, which I do have, and it's not made out of eyelashes. It was made for making eyelashes. It's tiny. It was like $20. Nobody touches that. Anyway, but you take this little tiny paintbrush, and it's not like that. You have to draw this little thing. You just stamp it with different colors and then spritz it, and it's very pretty. So nice job. I love your colors. Love how you fit in all the parameters. I spy with my little eye. I think all of them. Yay! Thank you, Ava. You're very talented. Appreciate you. Lena Marie went to her 1950s, her inner 1950s, for a multifold card that my grandmother Cole sent to her grandmother Love. She used pink, yellow, blue, green, dry embossed lines on the birdhouse. Lena Marie is one of the most artistic people I've ever met. She doesn't do anything that you would ever find in any kit, and she just takes something and just, I don't know what goes in her little head, but it comes out beauty. And I think this is cool. I was trying to figure out when I was going through the cards and going, what would you call it kind of thing. I think that's a basic kind of A2 on the background, and then you could take different shapes and fold them and just layer them, I think, a little bit. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know how she did it. That crazy girl, I love her. So, yep, I think it's very, very pretty, and very 1950s. Very, very mid-century. Love it. Thank you, Lena. Nancy E. from Canada sent in her first submission. Super clean, super pretty. Like your color choices. They blend together nicely. Nobody's demanding all the attention. You have very nice craftsmanship. Happiest of birthdays to you. That's a great little sentiment. I like that one. Very clean, but very pretty. She made a Z-fold card. Z-fold cards are just the go-to fancy fold, but that's because they are very, very versatile too. So, a plain Z-fold card is still great, and then you can do all sorts of stuff on top of that. So, fun stuff. Well done. Welcome to Craft Roulette's family here, Nancy E. If you are new here and I haven't said anything, please join us over on the Craft Roulette Facebook challenge group, but answer those questions. Claire from Napier sent in, this is a matchbook card, and a matchbook card, if you're so young you don't know what a matchbook is when you take a fold and it folds back down and tucks down into a little flap at the bottom. And when we were young, back in the old days, we used to collect matchbooks from restaurants, motels, and gas stations. Yes, we used to go into gas stations. And we didn't, before Casey's. And anyway, this is a real pretty card. Love your dry embossed brick, of course. But matchbooks, it's one of those things that if I were teaching or tutoring my elementary kids again, I would have to explain what a matchbook was. So it's kind of a thing of the past, but it makes a good card. So don't forget them. But that's a great fancy fold too, is a simple fancy fold, because we'll get it again on the wheel, is a matchbook card. I love those flowers. They look great. It's just all very great. I like it very much, and she scrapped her stash of embellishment. Love using stash, don't we? Yep. Thank you, Claire. Jennifer Hunstad from Minnesota joined us with her Z-fold card. I mean, should we just put Z-fold card on our... We could. Do we have that? I think we may have that in the project. Oh, by the way, we did update some of the elements for March. I try to do that for the beginning of each new month, but that's mostly it. Sometimes we do colors. Sometimes we throw in a few different randoms. Occasionally we'll do a different project, but the element is, we try to keep it more seasonal. So anyway, we added some more things. If you want to look at that, you can find it on the website. Pretty card. Look at the combination of the orange, team orange, turquoise, green, and mauve. You don't hear that word very often. Mauve and ecru. You just don't hear those very often, but they're good terms. Color terms, they're better. Color terms, words are so much better than body terms. Pancreas. It just isn't as pretty as ecru, mauve, but I digress. Jennifer, thank you for joining us. Sending you smiles, you certainly have. And I'm sending you one right back. Thank you. Brenda Gentry sent in this little... I don't know what this one's called either. Floating medallion, I don't know. But it's a cool card, and I know they're not hard. I've made them. If they're hard, I won't make them. So I know I've made them. It's just usually a way of manipulating your dies just a little bit to make them, give you a little more life out of your die. But so cute, Brenda, and I think you're here. At least you were here earlier. She's upped her envelope game too. Oh man, we could make that. We could make that a random and include envelope. Oh, I'd hate that. It probably will never happen. But we could include an envelope. Note to self. Really pretty, Brenda. You always do a good job. You have a nice clean style again, and which I love seeing all your styles you come out of your cards every week. It's nice to be able to see that, and don't try to be somebody else. Just you don't have to. You don't have to try to be a. If you're a simple card maker, be a simple card maker. If you're a fancy card maker, be a fancy card maker. If you're a new card maker, make a new card. If you like lots and lots of envelope stuff and fancy folds and all that, do that. But just be a part of our group. We just love, because we can all learn things from each other and we all get ideas from each other. No, we're not going to take out Orange. When we get to 1,000 friends on our YouTube, we are going to take out Orange, though, just for a little bit. Oh, it's going to be painful. But you can always bring it in with your +2s or +1s. Anyway, Brenda, thank you so much. I love seeing all this prettiness. Mary Neighbor, long time supporter, great crafter, sent in this pretty easel card, and that is definitely a fancy fold, fun fancy fold. 4 colors. She chose some real nice soft ones, and she's got her floral cluster going on in her butterfly again. And her dry embossing is quite evident in all those little circles in the background. Dry embossing backgrounds add so much for so little, and they just give you so much texture and interest in a card that would otherwise be maybe a little bit plain, but fine. You know what I mean? But it's an easy way to level up your card as far as interest goes. So anyway, that's real pretty, Mary, and we appreciate you being in part of our group for as often as we can get you before those hockey games start up again. So anyway, we appreciate you. Allison Mayo, we have a new friend from Allison too, and I can't think of her name right now. Allison, she sent in the card though. You sent in this. It's a floating gatefold. Thank you for telling me what it was, so I didn't have to panic and worry and wonder and make something up. Cute card. Floating gatefold. So she's got these little things inside that you open it up and they pull up. You put a little box underneath them, and it's a cool way to make your recipient open it up and go, whoa, kind of fun deal. Not hard again, but takes some extra effort. And since this was your fancy fold card week, it was a good thing a great way to use that and share that, because I just forget. There's so many ways so many rabbit holes you can go down. That's one of the best things about Craft Roulette and all these submissions, is just a reminder of all the things we can do. But that's super pretty, Allison, and you always do a beautiful job too. So thank you again for joining us. Dawn Kursky, she said I am her Friday date. So we're dating. Anyway, I've never met Dawn, but she's just one of my best friends. She lives in Wisconsin. She made this for a coworker. Now I think this may be a Z-fold, but upside down, sideways, and crosswards. I don't know. But I think it goes down, up, down. I don't know. There's some that go down, up, W cards, but they're tall. Tall W's. Big, tall drink of W's. Pretty card. I know that this will make somebody go, wow, look at that special card. You don't see that at the Dollar Tree store. I'm sorry. You just don't get this kind of quality. It's special. It's special to make a card. Thank you for being a part of our group. Thank you. And for dating me. Vicky Logan, longtime friend, longtime contributor to Craft Roulette. She's actually in the first 10 submitters. And I've known her for many years. She is a paper crafter lover. She's papercraft file. So pretty cards, and she sent in the 2 on the 1, which is very helpful. And then she even gave us notes, which is really fun. Decided to play with alcohol inks this weekend. Made some pretty abstract flowers on the easel card. Very nice, even though, of course, it's blue. And then her little granddaughter, Alyssa, contributed to Craft Roulette this weekend. She got a lot of help, but she did make her own card. Alyssa has been to my house to do cards for our local assisted living place, and I was impressed. She was like 9 or something at the time. She and her friend were here, and we had lunch and everything, and Vicky made her lunch because I had an adult lunch to offer. But they sat and just made cards and made cards and made cards. It was pretty impressive. So anyway, Alyssa, thank you for joining us at Craft Roulette. I'm proud to have you in a part of our group. Thank you, Vicky. Kim from Northwest Territories sent in a pretty little gatefold card, and she's got a nice little "You Are Loved" focal point there. Her embossing in the background is pretty snazzy. And what did you do, darling? She inked the Close to My Heart floral lace embossing folder with Lagoon ink, and then embossed it. So that's a whole nother rabbit hole to go down. Sure made a pretty background, I think. And then it's always nice to be loved. Who wouldn't love to be loved? I think that's just nice. Thank you, Kim. We appreciate you being a part of our life. Because you were loved. Sue Masner, longtime contributor to Craft Roulette and friend. Sue, I remember the time I met Sue. She came to my house, and she had like this parade of women behind her coming to my house for a Close to My Heart, because I was a Close to My Heart consultant, catalog reveal. And it was back in the days when the catalogs were real big, and I had them all in the middle of the room, and I had them all wrapped up in a piece of material, and I made them sit around it like the altar it was. And anyway, I remember her walking up my sidewalk with this entourage, and we've been good friends ever since. Fun way to do the little extra step on a gatefold. She's got a little bit longer than taller, and she's got the little framed die cut with the inside outside thing, which is you can do. It's not hard, but you gotta have your tongue just right, and Sue always holds her tongue just right, so she's got that one figured out. She loves purple. I love that card. It's very pretty. She loves Craft Roulette. We have a lot of fun. Thank you so much, Sue, as always. Everybody. Tracy Lowe from New Zealand. Here's the same kind of card, except not short, but tall. And she's got and I did not put these in next to each other on purpose, but it's a great way to show how pretty they can be in different ways, using the outside frame of the die and the inside frame the inside of the die on both sides, and then they fit together, just like my fingers. So, those are such pretty flowers, Tracy. Very, very pretty, from Altenew, and she's from the flowers from Altenew, and the Tracy's from New Zealand. So fun deal. Maria is from Florida, and she used one of Sandy's stamps, and she put flowers in the girl's hair, which is tremendously fun. This is only her third submission, and her little style is kind of coming out. She's got a real artsy side to her, and very fun to see what creativity she comes up with in her cards. Another great example of Sandy's stamps. They're just not, her women are real. They're not Barbies, and it's just really pretty. She wasn't happy with her coloring, but you just get better and better. You just practice and practice, that's all. And who's not to say, if I saw that, I would maybe think that was your style and you did it on purpose anyway, because coloring can be it's a whole nother thing that you can do a large variety with. You can have flat coloring without any kind of shading. You can have shading. You can have cross hatches as shading. You can have shading with complement colors. You can have, oh gosh, it just never ends. You can do masking and then just sponging in the colors. So there's no end to everything. So if you don't like one thing though, try something else. And while you're practicing on another skill, it takes practice. Some of them are harder. Some of them are harder than others, so give yourself a break. Big old kiss on your nog, Maria, and thank you for joining us. I really appreciate it. Amy Owens sent in a theater fold card. Now, be careful on this one. There are some hard theater card fold card instructions on the internet. Then there are very simple ones. So don't, if you get one and you find one and it's really hard, keep looking, because there are some that are just stinking bears to put together. This is really cute though. She did a beautiful job. Amy doesn't have any trouble with straight lines or measurements. And I bet she even does her envelopes. But really cute. Stinking cute with a little bunny. Very seasonal. Box cards are easier for me because you don't have to do the thing. But this one, so it closes and it's like the grand is closed. And then you pull it open. And the grand opens up. And there you see the stage with the little bunny that's going to hop around the stage and make you happy. Super cute card, Amy. Team Orange. Yeah. Girl, we love having you on our team. So it was fun. She said it was hilarious watching her husband trying to open it. Simple cards. Yeah. Anyway, drawing by the lines on the back white panel. She went sneaking that one right in, but it works. Jackie Rippey is just almost to 40. It's a card submissions, long-time supporter of Craft Roulette. Sent in this card. She nailed it. She's got a fancy fold, Z fold of course. Any 4 colors. She went for pastels. She's got flowers all over that card, and I love it. And then her dry embossing. Oh, I don't know if it's there or not, Jackie, but I just won't look too closely. It's fine. You probably have it somewhere, and I just can't see it. Sometimes on the pictures, it's hard to see those subtle things. So it all works out. The theater fold is new to you, Christina. Yeah, it's there's some of them are hard. I'll try to find an easy one for you. Maybe, I don't know, I'll probably forget. But I think that's just a charming little card there, Jackie. I appreciate you being a longtime supporter of us, and I feel like we're buds. Georgia Miller from Minnesota. She loves flowers, and she did a beautiful job. Postage stamps are very big right now too. So if you don't have it, I know I'm looking at postage stamp die sets, so I've got to get a lot of bang for my buck though, because I'm such a cheapskate. But look at her pretty the way that she incorporated all the parameters. She's got a fancy fold with a gatefold, any 4 colors. We've got different colors of blues and purples, or greens, bluish greens, and then even a little bit of yellow, I think. Floral cluster, check, and dry embossing on the outside of her card. Very, very attractive card, Georgia. Really appreciate you taking the time and sending that in so we could enjoy it. That's gorgeous. Denise from Louisiana, like my booma, is sending a pretty Z-fold card, and she's got some really cool background going on there. She dry embossed behind her floral cluster, which is another neat little way to do it. She's got the floral in the focal point, and then she's got flowers on top of it. Smart. Oh, yep, she got some happy mail from me, so that's always fun. That's a cool little card, Denise. A nice use of a Z-fold. You've got a lot of pattern going on, but nobody's fighting, and you got a lot of pretties going on too. Really like it. Thank you for joining us today. Sherry Bradley from Kentucky. Sherry, did we make this fold? I think we did in Fun University like 2 years ago, or maybe a year and a half ago. I don't know. It seems like we made it. Because Patty said she remembered making it, so I was thinking we must have made it on campus. Cute fold. I think I have it in my fun fold file, which is in a folder in Florida. And but anyway, this is cool. You can, it's not a hard fold. Couldn't tell you how to do it without instructions right in front of me, but it's kind of a fun thing to do, and then you can put some extra little things, but you can also put it on a card back so that it's just a normal card with this all in front of it. A theater fold, yes. But this is not a theater fold. So, anyway, this is bowling tournament. Interesting. I've always watched bowling with my husband when we were, anyway, it is from Fun You. Okay. Well, I'll have to look it up. If it was good then, we might have to look it up and do it again sometime. Um, so anyway, it was cute. You can fit in your little tags. You can put in a gift tag on it or a gift card in it. You can do pictures on it, all sorts of things. So fun. Thank you, Sherry. Sherry's EE. She always finds things that we need to fix on Fun University's website. She always tells me to clean my surface too, because I get ink all over, and then pretty soon I get the little emoticons that say they have a little broom. I go, oh, I gotta clean up. So she keeps me clean and tidy. Jennifer sent in her first submission from Ontario, Canada, and she's got, I don't know what kind of card it is, but it's very fun. It's a Z angled card. I don't know, my gosh. But this is, I think once you take the paper, you commit to an angle, and then you just start folding. That's what I would do. And then you just figure out the pieces that go on there, and yeah, I don't know what lesson's from either. Anyway, I think it's a cool card. I want to make some of these. I think and here's why. I want to make some of these because the recipients will think they're really cool. And imagine if you were working on some papers with ink, just some backgrounds on your inks and your watercolors and chalks and all that kind of thing, and you had a whole bunch of those things. On your desk, you could then apply them into a cool card like this, and then you would have a double cool card, because you would have a cool fold, a cool cut, and you would be able to use your cool background stuffs that you've just been practicing on. And anyway, Jennifer, thank you for this great idea, and I want to try it. I think I might do it later today. So thank you for your first submission too. Welcome to Craft Roulette. Sandy Carlson was here earlier, and she's got a pretty ombre thing going on here with ombre rainbow. Very lovely. Z-fold or flap card or whatever we called that. It's just beautiful. It is. She's got, again, a great use of embossing, how it adds a lot of pop without a lot of effort. If you want to do something like that, you can get a panel and emboss that, and don't even try on the card, and that makes it easier too. You can even do that on a bigger panel, and then just cut it up and use it for several cards. So it works really well. And I think this is just springy and beautiful. Sandy, thank you so much for joining us. This is by Angie Steinhoff. She is a producer, let me tell you. One week she made 12 cards. I think that was last week. And she's been with us a lot of weeks, and we appreciate her. She's got a floral embossing folder, and she's got that thanks that just splits right open. So you got to be careful on this kind of word thing, especially if you use a word like hello. So you don't want it to be broken up so just word to the wise. I know, because I taught phonics and reading to kids, and I've told this story before. I used the word grasshopper as like a hangman word, and somebody got S, and then they got A. They bought an A, and there it was. And I was with elementary age kids, 4th and 5th graders. They read it really fast. So you have to be careful when you break up a word. So, word to the wise, to be careful what word you're breaking up. So anyway, cute card. I love it. It's nice and clean and really strong sentiment there. Like it. Well done. Anna Miller, finally, we got our gnomes in. A week without gnomes is like a week without Craft Roulette. But this is like a box. I don't know what this one's called either, Anna, but you did a super great job on it. You've got, I think you've got some gnomes that are loose in the goose. We had some cards on campus the other day that we had, the little images were loose. And so cute. Wouldn't you love to send this to a kid, and wouldn't a kid think that was pretty special? Especially before they get old enough to get jaded. And but look at all the details on this. Anna, you did so well. You've got, when you flatten it out, you've got like a party hat and cupcake and all sorts of things going on. Party gnomes. Nobody parties like a gnome. And I was just really impressed with that card by you, Miss Anna, and I was glad that we got a gnome. A couple of weeks we haven't, but most of the weeks we. Oh, you're a gnome for the week. Thank you. Christina sent this one in. This is another one of those, oh my gosh, cards from Sweden. I don't know what the name of this card fancy fold is either, but that flower dress just about drove us all crazy on our group this week. So pretty with all the individual flowers and red orange, you know. And look at those scissors, for the love of Pete, and a little charm on there. You've got so much happening and so much fun, and I don't know what it says because it's in Swedish. I think it's in Swedish. I was thinking the other day I should learn how to say good evening in Swedish, but it would probably turn out sounding like bad Spanish or something because I'm not very good at language. But so just suffice it to say that I'd like to say good evening in Swedish. Well, I don't know how to do it. But Christina, thank you so much for sending this in. You inspire us by staying up at night, and then you inspire us with such pretty cards. So, Team Orange, I think you're on it. So anyway, it's pretty cool. What are those scissors? Can you tell us what those scissors are? It's a sidestep card. That's right. A sidestep card. And I'm sure there's just a few little tricks. I've never tried a sidestep card. But the little scissors puzzle me. I want to know what they are. So I'll watch for your little comment there, but very cool. Thank you so much for joining us. Bonnie, I don't know what happens. Sometimes we don't get a submission. I don't know why. And that happened on both of these. So always let me know if you don't see your submission. We'll just add it. I know how to get to the back side of it. Bonnie sent in this gorgeous card. I think the fun fold is the center folds up, and then you've got the basic shape on the outside. Super intensely pretty with all that dimension and she made a whole bouquet on it, you know. It's really pretty. It looks like a flamenco dress. It does. Anyway, very pretty, Bonnie. Your colors or choices are spot on. You've got this cool background that naturally it has a natural feel to it, and it's just then you've got that brick thing, and of course okay, the scissors are a charm. Man, that was something. But this is another example of somebody that probably just had some time, went, oh, Craft Roulette, I'll do this. I've got some time this weekend, and I've got this, and just made it out. Just went a little special. And then you have to decide what you're going to do. What do you guys do with something like this? I would probably just keep it. And Vicky mentioned that about Christina's card too. She said, I don't know anybody I'd want to give that to. So it's okay if you keep your own cards too. I think it is. And, you can decorate around your room with it too. Yes. Rocks right here. Scissors, paper. I get it, Card Monkey. Okay. All right. Very good. Very pretty, Bonnie. And that's it. Yay! You want to hear the prizes? I've talked forever. Thank you guys for being here. I've enjoyed our chat today a lot. What we have coming as far as prizes. Erin Reed is donating two $10 gift certificates to her online store, which is great fun. Leslie Benson is the plaid poodle, is donating a paper pumpkin card kit. I have it, as a matter of fact. I can't remember the name of it, but it's real pretty, and I hope you get it from me. But anyway, she is donating a paper pumpkin card kit, which is super fun. Like I said, Ellen Card Monkey Jarvis is donating a Stampin' Up! Mini die cutter worth $60. These are going to be in the United States for postage because it's so expensive to send anywhere else. Christine Bertram is giving you a choice. She's going to be our guest, and she is giving you a choice of a monthly card class being mailed or a bundle suite card class to be mailed. So that, I think, should be a lot of fun to be in a class. So I would take one of those. Crafty Al is donating a gift bag. You can see the picture of her wonderful gift. She's got dies and stamps and all sorts of stuff on our Facebook challenge. Wendy Cranford, who has not been on our show yet, but is on our list on our future guest crafters, is donating a $100 gift certificate to her Stampin' Up business. What else do we have? I think I have a couple more that people haven't sent me the info yet. Allison Cope is donating a beautiful stamp set that she designed from Christine's Creations, I think is where they get it. And but it's a little farm scene. Oh, it's so cute. And then Katie Taylor, who will be on soon with I think the end of March, is donating a $25 gift certificate to her Close My Heart company, her business. So we've got some great stuff, don't we? Yeah, I think so too. Really, really excited about all their generosity. Really, really excited about getting to spend time with each one of them. I think it's a pretty special night. I think we all feel like we're sitting around the table together and eating chocolate, and having some fun craft. I hope so. I hope you think that too. Everybody, thank you for being a part of our group. Kiss your dogs, blowing you kisses. We'll see you tomorrow for Carrie Woodhouse, Cut the Crap and Create. Then Friday night for episode 51 with Julie Carrier from Canada. That is the one that you're going to want to submit your cards to. We don't know what the parameters are yet, so that you can be in the drawing for all those fabulous prizes. All right, I think that's it. Gosh, I've talked a lot. Thank you so much for being here, and I'm going to sign off now. Toodaloo.
Hi, thank you for tuning in to Craft Roulette. I just wanted to take this opportunity to tell you about my other project, Fun University. Fun U is my online papercraft art school geared toward those who like to create. I'm live for 15 plus hours a month in our digital classroom. All lessons are recorded and archived in our library. Each lesson is paired with extensive documentation, extra examples, digital guides built on our own unique guide system, student galleries, and more. We have a unique think outside the kit approach to card making, scrapbooking, and miscellaneous papercraft art. We are perfect for the crafter who embraces the creative process and wants to thrive in the medium of their self-expression. Check us out at fununiversity.com. The first month of classes is always free.